They might be able to play. Okay, so good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to day two of the Realtor Advantage training. If you were here yesterday, congratulations. I'm sure you got some points, some good insight on how to actually make the best out of this industry. You know, a lot of people work, they put in their best, their energy, their effort, and of course, they make little money. But in real estate, you also need to put in the energy, put in the work. The only difference here is that you make big money. But what is constant is what? Information and action. So yesterday we looked at introduction into real estate and generating leads. And I gave us some um, points on how to generate your leads, how to improve and increase your visibility and all of that. So if you took notes yesterday, don't just leave those points in your note, review them, go through them again, then begin to apply them. The success is in application. You can come to training 10 times, sit there with your notebook, listen to all the wonderful grammar. But if you don't implement those points, if you don't begin to try out those things you heard, you will never know what works. So I'm going to share my screen. Uh, share screen. Okay, you can see my screen. Please drop a 111 on the chat box. You can see my screen. Drop a 111 on the chat box. Okay, awesome. So today, excuse me. Today we're looking at uh building a team, growing your network, and documentation. Yeah. So I'll find a way to merge the two of them. Now, let me start by letting you know that there are two major ways you can make money in Leadway. There are two major ways you can make money doing this business. Number one, through active sales. Through active sales. When you introduce people to buy our product, by product here we mean land. When you introduce people to buy our land, you get paid 15% commission. All right. 15% commission of the amount of the land. So let's say, for instance, you bring somebody that buys a property worth 10 million. You are going home with how much? Put it on the chat box. If Leadway is paying 15% and you bring someone that buys a property of 10 million naira worth, how much is your take home? Put it on the chat box. Is there only one person that know how to do mathematics in this group? 1.5 million. It's easy to write 1.5 million in the chat box. So my question is, have you ever earned 1.5 million one-off in real estate? If you have not, then you need to step up your game. It's possible to earn 1.5 million and even much more as commission. So one of the major ways you make money in Leadway is through sales, through personal sales. And the company pays you 15% of whatever you bring in. That's huge. Then the second way you can make money is through what I call referral, through what I call leverage, through what I call connection. When you connect people to join the business, to join the system, and they make sale. When they make sale, company pays them 15%. Then you who introduce them to the business, company pays you 5%. That is incredible. 5% may look small, but 5% can actually run into millions. 5% can actually run into millions, you know. This system is so sweet. This system is so nice that you can bring in someone who makes good sales. They will enjoy their 15% commission, and company will pay you 5% commission outside the seller's 15%. Can you beat that? There was one 5% I received some time ago. That 5% was huge. In fact, that 5% was around 7.3 million. That was an indirect commission. 7.3 million. That money was paid once as an indirect commission. So when we say you are going to earn 5% of uh, the sale of your downlines, don't joke with it. Don't play with it. Imagine receiving over 7 million of a sale you knew nothing about. Imagine receiving 7 point something million of a transaction that you were not part of it. You didn't close, you didn't make any, you didn't contribute nada, but you receive over 7 million from that transaction. That's the power of leverage. That's the power of residual income. I've made more money in indirect than in direct. If I log into my if I go into my Zenith Bank right now, I begin to show you my earnings. You'll be shocked that most part of those earnings were not me. I was not involved, but I got paid. And the simple answer is the simple reason is because I built a team. So build the business will build you. By building the business here now, it goes beyond you just selling. And I encourage people to sell. If you're able to sell, congratulations. But selling is not that easy for a lot of people. A lot of people struggle with sales, you know. But while you are trying to sell, while you are struggling to sell, if you can recruit, please recruit. And your recruits may actually sell before you, which is still something good. While you are trying to sell, you are enjoying indirect commission. At least you will see money for transport, see money for data, see money to do one or two. And if you are lucky, the money is running into hundreds of thousands and millions. You are still making progress. So the question right now is, how do you recruit? Because I see a lot of people, they come into the business, they don't recruit, they don't promote, they depend to make all the money only from their own effort. And like I always tell people, if all the money you are making is from your personal effort, you are going to work till you die. If all the money you are making in life is tied to your personal energy, personal effort, you are going to work till you die. There is no rich man, there is no successful man, there is no billionaire anywhere who depends on his own energy, time, and whatever. No, they use other people's time, other people's effort, other people's money, other people's intellect. That's how they become rich. Tony Lume, is it Tony Lumelu? One of the top guys. Otodola, yes, it was a Femi Otodola made a post on Facebook some time ago. Was it Facebook or Twitter? You know, he was in the UK for one of his vacations. So he just posted it there, all for my vacation. And somebody just went to the comment section and wrote, "Sir, you travel too much. When do you have time to work?" And he actually replied the guy's question. He told him, people like us don't have to work. All we need to do is to set up the system so that people like you can work while we go and enjoy. That is the power of leverage. That's the power of creating systems and structures. So the question now is, who can recruit? Anybody can recruit. Next question is, how do you recruit? Follow the skills, follow the system. You'll be able to recruit effectively. And in the next 1 hour, I'm going to be showing you tips, secrets on how you can actually sign people up. And of course, not just they coming in, they become active, how you can mentor them and coach them to take the opportunity seriously. And of course, by the time they begin to make sales, you begin to get the reward of your effort. So concentrate on activities of prospecting, presenting, and following up. The sales will take care of themselves. A lot of people come into real estate and they're focused on sales. You know, the smart ones, the top selling realtors don't focus on sales. They just focus on the activities leading to sales, which include prospecting. Prospecting has to do with talking to people about your products and services. So it means that if you're not talking to people, forget about sales. Today has come and gone. How many persons did you tell about your property? How many persons did you chat about your property? How many calls did you make today relating to your property? How many reminder did you make today concerning your property? If you actually did complete nothing today from morning to night, you did not speak to anybody, you did not follow up, you did not, you are joking. So you must learn to prospect, you must learn to present, you must learn to follow up. As long as you are prospecting, you are presenting, you are following up, the sales will take care of themselves. And in recruitment, it's more like a funnel. The top has to do with talking to everybody. And as you begin to talk to everybody, you see those who will tell you yes, those who will tell you no, those who will tell you, let me think about it. And you begin to filter them. From prospecting, those who will tell you, okay, I'm interested, you begin to invite them to look at the opportunity. So when they attend the event, you present the opportunity to them, the business to them. And there are many tools, many ways you can do that. Even if you cannot invite them to an offline event or to Zoom meetings like this, there are recorded trainings, there are recorded programs, there are recorded very short, 10 minutes, precise, straight to the point, short videos you can share to people. And of course, when they watch the video, they understand the system and structure of real estate. And many of them will be interested to what to join. And the next thing they will say is sign me up. You sign them up and take it off from there. So prospect, invite, present. You can see that as you're going down the cone, you get to closing, the number reduces. So I talked about the number game yesterday. The trail is that you want to close a sale, you want to recruit someone, it's the same thing. You must talk to a minimum of 20%. Maybe like 5 or 7 will be interested, like 2 or 3 will follow through, and before you know, 1 person will sign up. So you need to sign up as many persons as possible. New persons are the lifeblood of this business. And the more new persons you sign up, the more people you bring into your organization, the greater the chances that there will be activity in your team and you're going to make money. So what we're doing here is network marketing. Everybody write network marketing on the chat box. Write network marketing on the chat box. Write network marketing on the chat box. A lot of persons hate this word. In fact, once you mention net, before you mention work, OT they don't move. And fortunately, the only reason I joined real estate was because of network. The reason I joined this business was because of the network part of it. As crazy as it sounds, that's one of the reasons I joined. The fact that you can make money not directly, the fact that you can make money with the effort of other people, that's one thing that motivated me to join this business. So if you're the kind of person you hate network marketing because of the money you lost in MMM, sorry, but you must be able to understand the difference between network and Ponzi. If you understand the difference between network and Ponzi, you know that wherever you lost money was not networking, it was Ponzi you did. All right. But if you are doing network marketing and you do it the right way, it has the capacity to change your life. The first 35 million naira I ever made in my life was through network marketing. So when the company at that point had challenge with the products they were having, and we left the business and began to do other things, which is one of the decisions I still regret today, because the company is still standing strong and people are still cashing out 9 figures monthly, right? But we moved on and of course did a couple of other things before eventually we came into real estate. All right. So network marketing has the capacity to change your life. You must understand how network marketing works. And that's exactly what we do in Leadway. But the only difference here is that the product we are talking about in Leadway is land. It's not supplement. It's not coffee. But here, the product here is what? Is land. Is land. So recruitment in network marketing refers to the process of finding, attracting, and enrolling new individuals to join a network marketing organization or team. So the act of, number one, finding, attracting, and enrolling new individuals is what network marketing is all about. And of course, identifying potential candidates, sharing the benefits and opportunities of the business. So it means that if you're going to recruit anybody, you must understand the benefits and the opportunities that this opportunity presents. What's the benefit of joining Leadway? You are going to make money from sales. You are going to have access to quality lands and properties. You are going to buy properties for yourself. No, you are going to empower yourself. You are going to employ yourself. You are going to empower other people. Imagine what I've been able to do in the last 3 years just because I said yes to real estate. Beyond my personal earnings, I've made a lot of money personally, both directly and indirectly. I've recruited people who have made 10s, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60 millions in commission in the last 2 years plus. Those persons, their lives are changed. They are living better life. They've moved from squalor part of the town to good part of the town, changed you can imagine the joy, the benefit, the happiness in the hearts of a lot of persons who I have introduced to real estate, and today they are living their life based on the proceeds of real estate. So you must understand the benefits and the opportunities that Leadway has. And that's what you're going to present to your people when you talk to them about joining the business. A lot of people are selfish, you know. So when they're talking to people to join, they're talking to them to join based on what they're going to benefit. And like I told us yesterday also, Law 13 of the 48 laws of power, when appealing to a man, when asking for a favor from a man, appeal to his self-interest. Every individual is selfish. Every individual wants to know what is in it for me. You are telling me now to come and join real estate. You're telling me to come and join Leadway. When I join, what are the benefits? Those are the things you should focus on. Not telling somebody to come and join. Once you join and you make sale, company will pay me 5%. That is a selfish approach. And because some people prefer that you will not receive that 5%, and because of that, they will not even do the business. So what it means is that if you are talking to people about this business, focus on their benefits, focus on what they will earn. Do not talk about what they're going to earn. It's not important. Tell them what they're going to earn, show them how they're going to earn it, and eventually they will join you. So the goal of recruitment in network marketing is to build a large and active team of partners. Large and active team of partners. I told us yesterday that over 100 people from my team have made over 1 million in the last 2 years plus. So it means that the team is active. The team is active. For a single team to generate over 100 people who have made 1 million and above, it means that a lot of people are doing the business very, very well. So that's the goal. If you have a dead team, a team that there's no energy, no motivation, then you have a lot of work to do. All right. So how do you recruit people? How do you bring people into your organization? Number one, you need to learn how to build relationship and trust with potential recruits. Those you see that they have the what it takes to join your business, you need to learn how to build relationship and trust. Yesterday, I said that people don't care what you know until they know that you care. And people don't do business random. They do business with those they know, they trust, and they like. So if somebody does not trust you, does not like you, then they're not going to do business with you. So your job is to build rapport, build relationship, learn how to chat with people, learn how to talk with people, learn how to relate with people, learn how to be concerned about people, learn how to respond and react to people's posts and updates. Don't be that kind of person that will just jump out from nowhere. You've not spoken to somebody for the past 5 years and you just jump out, hello, how are you? Hope you are fine. I want you to come and join Leadway. It does not make sense. You must build the rapport, build the relationship, and of course, with time, they will be able to join you easily. Then again, you need to identify and target the right audience. Identify and target the right audience. Who are those you need in your team? There's an acronym we call MAN, M-A-N. M is for those that have the means. But the good news here is that Leadway is free, so everybody can actually join. Then the A under man is authority. Those who have authority, those who people look up to. If you recruit people that are in a place of authority, that team is going to grow very large because some persons will join the organization simply because the person they look up to asks them to join. So imagine recruiting your pastor into real estate. Your pastor will most likely recruit many, many more people into the system. So there are people that they have large followership base. There are people they have large people who look up to them, people who respect and honor them. If you're able to recruit such persons into business like real estate and Leadway, those ones will naturally grow your team very quickly and fast. So target the right audience. Right now, everybody wants to make money. So anybody who is complaining of the economy, complaining of Tinubu, complaining of one thing or the other, that is a potential recruit. Anytime you hear somebody say Nigeria is hard, Nigeria is scarce, things are bad, that is a potential recruit. They are just telling you that they are not satisfied where they are. So you have them to talk to them. Anytime you hear somebody complain, that is an opening line. And you tell them, wow, I don't know what you're saying. In our organization, we are doing very, very well. The next question will be, which organization is that? I tell them, it's Leadway. Oh." They'll ask you, okay, Leadway, what's it all about? I tell them, Leadway is a real estate company. Oh. It's been operating for over 4 years. And of course, we have properties in different places. All you need to do is to promote our properties. Once you're able to make a sale, you receive as much as 15%. 60% might look small, but it's big. You show them the implication of 15% of maybe 10 million. Imagine you tell somebody, please open your calculator, press 15% of 10 million. They press it and they're seeing 1.5 million. Like, it's going to sound like how? You mean if I bring somebody and they buy a property worth 10 million, the company will pay me 1.5 million? You'll be shocked at how this simple interaction can trigger people to begin to look at these opportunities seriously. So target the right audience and the recruitment process will be very easy. Number three, share your personal story and experiences. Yesterday, if you connected yesterday, I shared my story, and you should be able to craft your own story. Your story should sound like what your life was like before you joined, what your life is like right now, and what your life will be in the future. Those are the three aspects of your personal story. So if you're listening to me right now, you need to craft your own story. If you have not heard my story, maybe I will just use the next 3 minutes to share my story. So anytime I share my story, the next question people usually ask is, how do I join? How does it work? Why? Because the story is captivating, the story is interesting, the story is filled with a lot of positive vibes. All right. So you need to learn you need to create your own story. And it's your story that will pull people to you and get them to join you. So for the sake of those who did not join yesterday, I will just share my story very, very quickly. All right. So my name is Mose Anthony. They call me Coach T. I'm a real estate consultant and trainer. 2 years plus ago, I was broke, very broke. A lot of things was wrong with my life financially. My rent was almost due. My wife was pregnant. My life was crumbling, and I was looking for how to survive. So a friend shared real estate to me. Although he has been trying to convince me to join for close to 3 years, I didn't pay attention because I didn't think that the system will work or the business will work. But eventually, when things became so tough, I said yes. Sometimes it takes just 1 year for your life to have a whole new direction. So I joined the business, and of course, the day I attended the training, I gave myself a target because I realized that without target, you cannot make progress. So the target I gave myself was, let's see if we could do 30 million sales in 90 days. Let's see if we could do 100 million sales in 6 months, 480 days. Let's see if we could do 500 million in 1 year. Now, because I understand that you can't achieve great results working alone, I decided to start working with people. I started sharing the opportunities, started recruiting people into the business, and we started doing the business together. But good as it sounds, within the first 90 days, 3 months of the business, we were able to do 37 million in sales. Before 6 months was over, we did 105 million in sales. And before 1 year was over, we did close to a billion. And right now, in less than 3 years, we've done over 3 billion in team sales. And because of these sales, I've generated over 100 people who are millionaires, 20 of them who own their properties, and about 5 of them who have gotten their own vehicles. All this happened in less than 3 years. And you can actually be the next millionaire if you decide to do real estate with me. If you are hearing this story for the first time, what will you do? Are we still in this class? If you are hearing this my story for the first time, like you listened and you heard this story for the first time, what will be your response and reaction? Oh, I had to come back to Zoom. When I'm on slide, I cannot see what people post on Zoom. So I'm on Zoom right now. You said something about, man, what do you didn't complete it? M is means, those that have the power to join. Maybe those that have the money, but Leadway is free, so everybody will have the means. The A is authority, those who people look up to. N is need, those that have the need. Right now, a lot of people are complaining, a lot of people are broke, a lot of people are frustrated. So that those who are complaining, those that have the need to join the business, that's the meaning of N. I'm still waiting. If you listen to my story right now, what will enter your head, like, what will you feel like? You're going to feel like, are you serious? Like, for real? You're going to be interested. You're going to be excited. You're going to be like, are you, like, how? And the only next question will be in your mind is, how does it work? How can I join? How do I start? You know, or tell me more. Hearing the story motivate me to know more and the urge to start it. Good. So you need to craft your own story. Somebody may say, okay, Coach T, but I don't have a good story. Everybody has a story. Even if you don't have your own story, you have other people's story. You can use my story. Maybe because you are new, you just joined, you don't have any story. You can tell them, I know somebody who joined the business in 3 years, he was able to do this, do this, do this. Me, I'm just less than a month or 2 months. And of course, we are building the business. We are still trying to understand and we are trying to make sales. If you have made sales within the first 2 months, tell them, I just joined 2 months ago. I've already made sales. Company has actually paid me. All right. So when you tell your story, you motivate people to join. You motivate people to become a part of it. Somebody saying, sir, please, how can I join the business? I'm a student. After this training, please get back to who invited you, who gave you the link to join. Tell them you want to register. They will give you their link. You register, then they will add you to our WhatsApp group so you can begin to have access to our videos and our trainings and other information. So learn to create your story, share your story and your experiences. Number 4, showcase the benefit and value of the opportunity. There's no limit to what you can achieve with real estate. The only limitation you have here is your mind. The only thing that will stop you from achieving your goals here is your mind. So somebody says that Napoleon Hill, whatever your mind can conceive and believe, you can achieve. So you want to drive your car, it's possible through real estate. You want to build your house, people have built their house in real estate. You want to travel around the world, of course it's possible. So the benefits are enormous. Incentives are there. You're going to enjoy and experience a lot of amazing things. All right. It's not going to come easy. It's not going to come cheap. Of course, it should not. But by the time you join and you are doing what you need to do, you will realize that you will succeed better. Number 5, highlight the potential of financial freedom and flexibility. The reason a lot of people are working so hard to this is because they want to be financially free. But the sad truth is that a lot of people don't, what they are doing right now cannot give them financial freedom. You look at people, you think that they are working, you think that they are excited about their job, but if you talk to them, you realize that many people, if they see opportunity, they will leave. If they see something better, they will leave. They are not satisfied where they are. All right. So you can talk to such people, show them the benefits of doing real estate, and eventually they will join. And good thing, they don't need to join full time. I know a lot of part timers that are doing better than some full timers. Your success here is not because you are doing it full time or part time. It's all about your input. Someone can be doing it part time and is creating more impact, is creating more energy, more connection, is creating more activities, is creating more visibility than you, who is doing it full time. And that person will make much, much more sales than you. All right. So you can do it full time, you can do it part time, and you are guaranteed of financial freedom when you put in the work. And like I told them in the offline training, financial freedom is a point in your life when you can spend money without looking at your account balance. There are very few people who are financially free. A lot of us are working towards financial freedom. But if you are still bombarded by the simple things of life, you are still bothered about what to eat, bothered about how to subscribe and recharge your phone, bothered about how to transport yourself from where you are to where you are going, or more, you need this opportunity. So with this opportunity, you can live the good life. You can separate and liberate yourself from financial struggle. Then number 6, provide clear and concise information about the business. Now, most of the times, you want to recruit someone, you become so ambiguous, you say a lot of things without actually saying anything. When it becomes ambiguous, when it becomes complex, when it becomes as if it's one major or serious thing, you will lose your audience. So there's what we call KISS in presentation. Keep it short and simple. KISS. Keep it short and simple. So when you're presenting the opportunity, in less than 2 minutes, it should be done. There is no big deal about presenting the opportunity. If you understand it, you can summarize it and present it in 2 minutes and people will register. So you must provide clear and concise information about the business. That means you must understand your business. If you are in Leadway, you must understand the package, the program, the opportunities inside Leadway, you must understand it. How much commission you earn, the other benefits in the business, you need to understand them. These are the things you tell to anybody you want to bring on board and they will join. And again, you need to offer people support and mentorship. One of the reasons I have grown very quickly, very fast in this business, and of course, I've built a large team. I have over 300 people registered directly under my structure, and more than 1,000 indirectly. And that's because I offer support and mentorship. I offer support and mentorship. People should be able to call you to make inquiries, call you to ask a question, and you'll be able to respond. If you're an upline, you should not be a lazy upline. You should not just be concerned about the indirect. You should be concerned about the welfare of your downlines. You should be able to reach out to them, know what is happening in their life, organize trainings, send messages, keep the group active, keep the team active. Those are the things you need to do to ensure that people you bring on board, they follow you, they look up to you, they are inspired. You should not be that kind of upline that your downline meets you to complain about a situation. Now you go even complain pass. They meet you to draw inspiration, to draw energy, but they go away feeling even worse. The industry has been experiencing a lot of negative things in the past 6, 7 months over here in Asaba. But that does not mean that your downline will now come to you, now be the one to tell them, Omo, in fact, the business don't tire me. They're coming to you to draw inspiration, to draw support, to draw hope. That you are making them hopeless the more. You are not an upline. An upline is the person who can absorb all the shocks and also inspire people to move on, inspire people to keep pushing. So offer support and mentorship to your downlines. They will listen to you, they will be active, and of course, everybody will make money. And again, you need to learn how to use your social media and online tools to reach a wider audience. Okay? You need to learn how to use your social media to talk to people. A lot of people have access to quality individuals, but nobody knows you. You don't even post, they don't even know that they can join the business. So, what is stopping you from telling people that, Leadway is recruiting? The easiest way to get people on board right now is to tell them Leadway is recruiting. Salary or remuneration or commission 500K monthly and above. You cannot make such kind of post in your status and people will not ask you, how? Which company? How does it work? And the question is, can people actually make 500K in a month? Yeah, that is very, very easy. In fact, selling a property of 3 million. Let me go to calculator. I want to check something. Let's say 15% of 3 million, that's 450. So 15% of 3.5, okay? So you just need to sell a property of 3.5 million to make over 500,000. Like property worth only 3.5 million. That's what you need to sell in a month to make over 500,000 in commission. So the question is it possible to run through a whole month without selling a property worth 3.5 million? It's not possible if you are serious. If you are serious, you are committed, you follow the training mentorship, you understand what we are doing, you go to site, make your video, you go for your marketing, you do your ads, you follow the system and the structures and the plan. There's no way a full month will pass and you don't sell minimum 3.5 million. So if you are here and you are not you're not making money, it simply means that you are not selling and you're not recruiting. You are not online, you are not offline. Okay, so you must learn how to use your social media to reach a wider audience. You need to be innovative. You need to find a way to attract people. You need to find a way to get people to ask you how far, how does it work? Tell me more. Whether it is on land sales, whether it's on recruitment, you need to devise means on how to reach out to wider audience. And that will help you not just to make sales, it will also help you to recruit people into your organization. And again, you need to utilize webinars, events, conferences to connect potential recruits. Now, like this event we're having today is actually supposed to be a great tool in your hand to recruit people. So imagine before yesterday and today, you made a post on your status. Leadway is recruiting people who want to earn from 500,000 to 1.5 million every month promoting and selling properties. If you are interested, tell me hi. You are going to see a lot of people tell you how does it work. Hi, hi. All you need to do, don't even explain. Tell them the train is going to be on Zoom. I'll give you the link. Imagine they connected yesterday, they connected today, then they would have actually started enjoying this whole thing. So subsequently, we're going to be holding online trainings from time to time. So when such events, opportunities come up, don't just attend, don't just, do it alone. No, that's an opportunity for you to tell people, an opportunity for you to recruit people and show them this system. And the good news is that you don't even know who will join and who will join, who will not join. You don't even know who will join and make sales and then who will not join and make sales. I've seen people come into this business and in 2 weeks they've made sales. The fastest I saw was a lady. I met her on High Court Road. I was just there. She wore black and black, so I perceived she was maybe a lawyer or something. I just told her hi. I just exchanged greetings. I told her, do you know that you can actually make so much money selling properties? So I was like, how does it work? Right there, standing on the road there, I explained everything to her. He says, so what do I need to do? I say, all you need to do is chat me up. I'll send you the videos of the properties, the flyers, just post them in your status. Before you know, somebody will be interested to know more. Once they ask you anything, just let me know. Right down the road, I registered her, sent her videos, sent her flyers, and she posted them. 2 days later, she just chatted me up that somebody is interested in this property. Funny enough, she didn't even go to any of those estates. I told her, okay, tell the person to meet me at the office. The person came. I took the person to site. And we came back, the person bought that property of 12.5 million. Her first commission in less than 1 week was around 1.6 million plus. And she was like, is that how it works? I said, now so, pass like that. So somebody who has the capacity, the contact, and that, imagine she earning about 1.6 million. That transaction also paid me over 500 and something thousand. Yes, as an indirect. As an indirect. So talk, just talk. Show people the opportunity. Show people what they can make out of it. Show them what it means. Now imagine somebody earning salary of 200,000 or less monthly, and it's receiving over 1.6 million in less than 1 week. That's like 6 months of his salary, right? So imagine I did not talk. Imagine I just passed her and she went. So you must be able to talk to people, give people the benefit of the doubt, give people the opportunity to say, okay, I'm interested, I want to try, or I don't want to try. Don't assume people will not join. Assumption is the lowest form of information. Put it on the chat box. Assumption is the lowest form of information. Assumption is the lowest form of information. I want to see you put it on the chat box. Assumption is the lowest form of information. Never assume. Like I tell people, those you think will join might not join. Those you think will not join will join. So never assume. Assumption is the lowest form of information. Never assume. Don't say, this one they drive car, you know, go like do this business. You know that anybody pocket. Everybody's going through a lot. The rich, the middle class, but there's no middle class again. It's either you are rich or you are broke. A lot of people are going through difficult times. So don't be scared to tell people that they can actually do this business. A lot of people, as I'm telling you the fact, too, people right now are looking for something else to do. They're looking for something. And if you don't talk to them about it, they will never know. They will never know. So do not assume, educate people, tell people about it, and let them decide if it's something they want to do or not. All right. So from time to time, we're going to be holding these trainings online. That will give you an opportunity to invite people to also see the business through other people and learn how to grow in the business. So number 10, following up and following through with leads and recruitment. Like I said yesterday, following up will give you 95% of your sales. There are very rare occasions where you just meet someone, talk to them, and they join you or they go and buy. No, a lot of persons will take their time. They want to understand better. So you need to learn how to follow up effectively. Effective follow up will give you more sign-ups. Effective follow up will give you more sales. And if you're impatient, you don't know how to follow up, that you need to go and learn that skill. And I'll recommend one of the books, GoPro. Maybe after the event, I'm going to share a soft copy of that book. Go and read it. GoPro, it will give you 7 skills of network marketing. If you can master those skills, enough a good, like nothing is going to hold you back anymore. I have the soft version of that book. Maybe after the training, you can chat me up. I'll give it to you. So following up and following through with leads and new recruitment. Then again, you want to sign up people, you need to be authentic, you need to be transparent, you need to be honest in your approach. You need to be authentic. Authenticity means you are real. Don't tell somebody you are making 5 million every month and you are not. Don't tell somebody you are making 1 million every month and you are not. Be authentic, be real. Tell people that even if you have not started making money, tell them you are a work in progress. And very soon you're going to be closing your sales. So don't make it about you. It's when you now lie to people, that's when people will always know whether you're lying or you're not lying. All right. So be authentic, be transparent, and be honest in your approach. Tell people the truth. Show them what is possible, even if it's not a reality in your life. A lot of people are experiencing it, so talk about it. So focus on the benefit of the product or services being offered. In this case, you are offering people genuine lands and properties. Genuine lands and properties. A lot of persons have lost money buying properties and lands that have issues. Now, buying through Leadway, they are going to experience peace. They're going to experience massive return on investment. They're going to experience security, freedom. That's what we are selling. Leadway is not just selling land. Leadway is selling peace of mind. A lot of people have bought properties and today they don't have peace. Land they no see, document they no see. So what you are selling here is peace of mind. What you are selling here is peace. What you are selling here is accessibility. A lot of people have bought properties from some companies right now. They can't even access the property. They can't even access the MDs of those companies. You call them, they will not pick call. You reach out to them, they will not respond. You send the mail, nobody will even open it. That's the challenge a lot of people are going through. So working with a brand like Leadway will give you not just peace of mind, will give your clients good products without issues. And that's what every client does. Every client wants to make payments, get delivery of their lands, get delivery of their documents, and they can tell every other person and also create more sales. So those are the benefits you are getting when you partner and work with Leadway. Talk about those benefits very, very well. And again, using effective communication and skill presentation. Now, if there is one skill that you need to learn that will improve your business all round, it is effective communication. Learning not just to talk, how to talk, when to talk, what to talk is very, very crucial. A lot of people don't know how to talk, they don't know when to talk, they don't know how to use words, and these things will always fight you from succeeding in this business. So you must learn effective communication and of course presentation skill. You must learn how to talk to people. At every point in time, what you are selling in Leadway is not even land. What you are selling in Leadway is information. Anytime you are talking to someone about property, about land, you are not carrying the land on your head. They are not seeing the land. What they are seeing is information. You're just telling them, Leadway has a property in Ibuzo. Leadway has a property in Iselazabal. You're selling information. And those who have mastered how to give the correct information, the right information in the right way, there are those who will get more results. So there are good books on communications, on public speaking that you need to go and learn. Those are skills you need to improve on. And if you master them, trust me, you'll always be ahead of an average realtor. And more importantly, be consistent, be persistent in your effort. The sales might not come in the first 1 month, it might not come in the first 2 months, it might not come in the first 3 months. Me, I made my first sales on my day 12, but there are still people here who will not even make sale in the first 1 year. I know a lady in the first 1 year of her business with one of the brands I work with. She didn't make a sale in the first 1 year, but the date she became 1 year in the system, that was the date she made her first sale. And after 2 years, she became the second highest sales champion in the whole Nigeria. The second highest in the whole Nigeria for last 2 years with that particular company. This is somebody that did not make one single sale in the first 1 year of her business. So maybe you are here, you are 2 months, you are 3 months, you are 1 year, and you have not made a sale. There is hope for you. So imagine if maybe before, just a day before that 1 year, you say, I don't do this thing for 1 year now. No sales. And it's not like she was not doing she was doing it full time, like full time. So this is an encouragement to someone. Some of you may have been here for 6 months, for 8 months, for 1 year, you have not made any sale. That's not a problem. As long as you stay, as long as you are learning, you are going to improve. What is it? Mommy beats you. Yeah, sorry. 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 Okay, guys. So you must be consistent. Everybody put it on the chat box. Be consistent. I'll put it on the chat box. Be consistent. Be consistent. Now, what is consistency? Consistency means staying true to your dreams, staying true to what you said you're going to do. The challenge a lot of people have is not because they are not doing the business. There's what we call the missing ingredient in success, and that is consistency. Let me give you an example. How many of you are familiar with those tap? There's a kind of tap where you need to pump it before water comes out. How many of you know what I'm talking about? There's some tap you need to pump it, the water will start coming out. So if you know what I'm talking about, drop a 111 on the chat box. If you have used it, you know what I'm talking about. There's some tap you need to pump it, push it, pump it before water comes out. I want to explain something with that particular tap. Okay. Now, since you know what I'm talking about, that is how consistency can give you success in anything. Now, a lot of people they do one thing for 1 week, for 2 weeks, for 6 months, for 10 months, for 1 year, and they don't get results. They say no, they work, they jump, they enter another thing. Some people will start selling wig. They sell the wig for 6 months, 1 year. They say, a wig not they move. Make I go begin sell boxers. They sell boxers for another 6, 7 months. They say, boxers not they work. Man, go sell perfume. You are everywhere. You are nowhere. Now, take your mind to that tap that pumps. If you are pumping it, the pressure down the tap is building. As the pressure is building, water is coming up. Now you are pumping, your pocket is there, but you're not seeing water. Now, what's going to happen if you stop pumping? If you stop pumping, the pressure that you have built up, the water that was coming up will go back. So when you now say, okay, you finish rest, you want to start again, you will now start pumping again, and the pressure again will start again from ground zero again. And maybe the water was already getting to where it will come out, you stop. What will happen to what you've done? The water will go back again. That's what a lot of us are experiencing. You come into this business, you're excited, you are motivated, you are posting. After like 2, 3 weeks, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, no sales, your energy is down. And once your energy is down, you go cold. You no longer post, no longer talk about it. And maybe somebody was saying in June, there's an Osusu I'm expecting. Once that Osusu come, I'm going to buy land. And now the person has made up his mind to buy the land from you. Then in May, because you've not been seeing results, you stop posting, you stop going for inspection, you stop talking about properties. And the person will wait for 2 weeks, for 3 weeks, for 1 month, you no post anything for your status. The person will assume you're no longer doing the business. And what will the person do? The person will now go to the next available person who is showing up. So you want to succeed in anything in life, you must show up. You must show up. You must be consistent. You must be consistent. Consistency is a missing ingredient in the life of a lot of writers are not consistent. Today they are hot, tomorrow they are cold. Today they are motivated, tomorrow they are demoralized. You cannot achieve anything in life with this off and on attitude. If you are still with me, if I'm still making sense, type sense on the chat box. If I'm making sense, type sense on the chat box. So being consistent and persistent in your effort is very critical in you succeeding here. Again, provide incentives and recognitions for new recruits. If you really want to build a large team, find a way to create incentives, to create recognition in your group. And I can promise you that that will motivate a lot of persons to do business with your team. Then again, be clear about the compensation plan. You need to understand each companies differ. Different companies have their different approach, different compensation plan. We are working with Leadway, so understand the compensation plan of Leadway and set realistic expectations and goals. Yesterday, I started by telling us that if you don't set clear goals, you are not going to achieve anything. So you can set a goal for recruitment and set a goal for sales. I can assure you that the two goals can go together. So whether you recruit or you are making sales or you are still in business. And recruitment today is a commission you will earn later. For any one single person you recruit into your team, I can assure you is an earning for the future. And this earning most times will come when you are no longer active, when things are hard for you. The sales will just happen somewhere in your structure, and you will still make money. You will still make money. You'll still make money. Okay. So provide ongoing training and support. You're an upline, so provide support for your team. And of course, encourage teamwork and collaboration. If you have people you're working with, encourage teamwork. Encourage teamwork. That will help your team to go very, very fast and lead by example. If you're an upline that wants people to make sales, you make sure you are selling. If you're an upline who wants people to recruit, you make sure you are recruiting. People do what their leaders do. If you want people who want to go for inspections, you go for inspections. If you want people who want to make videos, you make videos. Don't be telling people to go for inspections to go and make video, and you are not making video, you're not going for inspection. It does not work that way. So lead by example. And again, remember that recruitment is an ongoing process, and building a strong team takes time and effort. Takes time and effort. Focus on building relationships, providing value, and being a supportive leader to attract and retain top talent in your network marketing business. Would you? I go and meet your mommy. God, I'm doing training. Sorry, guys, I have to attend to my little girl. So focus on building relationships, providing value, and being a supportive leader to attract and retain top talent in your network marketing business. Let me assure you that recruiting people, like I said before, you are giving yourself a day in the future that you don't have to work. Whatever it will take you to share the opportunity of Leadway, to bring people on board. Make sure you have your own link. Some of you are on this call, you are not even registered. If you're not registered, how are you going to register that? So make sure you get back to whoever invited you here. Tell the person, give me your link, let me sign up, and have your own link and start giving it out to people to register. You never can tell who will come in here and run with this business. For those of you who are not aware, one of the persons I registered was the second highest sales champion in the whole Nigeria. The brand I represent, she was the second highest sales champion in the whole Nigeria. Imagine, she did over 450 million sales in 5 months. Just press 15% of 450 million. Let me even press it. So people understand. Let's say 15% of 450 million. This is somebody earning over 67 million in 5 months, just in commission. Then divide it by 3. So that means I made over 22 million from indirect from just this one recruit in 5 months. Some of you don't understand what I'm saying. Do you really understand what I'm saying, guys?
Yes, I do.
Are you sure you really know what I'm talking about? Imagine making over 22 million from indirect commission from just one recruit. Just think about it. That's just one, no. That's just one. So take this thing seriously. This recruitment thing, take it seriously. If you are struggling to sell, no wahala. While you are struggling to sell, recruit. While you are struggling to sell, talk to people, register people. And I can show you that the person who recruits will make much more money than a person who is selling. Because 1% from the effort of 100 people is better than 100% from the effort of one person. Okay, that is it on this aspect of recruitment. But I think I was told to talk about documentation. So I will just summarize that because of time. I think we've really done much, but let me just summarize it. Okay. Now, if you really want to succeed here, I know what I'm talking about. When we joined this business initially, we joined because we wanted to make money. So we're not interested in a lot of things. Make we make money first. Make we even see money first. That was our motivation. But a time comes in your life, the motivation is not just, it's no longer about making money. It's now about doing the right thing. It's about protecting the investment of your clients. That's what comes first because you get commission where you go chop, or that commission not go digest, especially if you are selling the wrong properties and those properties that will now begin to give you problem in the future. Whatever that will cause you problem in the future, please avoid it. And that's why if you're on this call, don't just sell. Don't just sell randomly. Don't just sell because you want to sell. Before you commit your client to any brand, make sure you ask them some questions, and that will save you from problem in the future. So there's what we call due diligence. Due diligence is ensuring that the land you want to sell is free. At least at the point of sales, you are making sure that the property is good and is free from any issues. So why should you do due diligence? One of the reasons why people buy from real estate companies is that they believe that real estate companies do due diligence, and so they don't have to bother themselves about the authenticity of land. But over the years, we've realized that most real estate companies don't even do due diligence. They don't. They don't. So if you are here, you are still believing some companies, not Leadway, not Leadway, and that's because of the foundation of Leadway. That's because of the people who are in charge of Leadway. They are the people who have been in the streets. They are the people who have been marketing, so they understand the challenge that comes from selling anyhow. So they've corrected a lot of things. All right. So, but due diligence is very crucial, very critical in any real estate transaction. Why should you do that? To be sure of what you are promoting, to have proper knowledge of the precise property, to avoid future challenges, to be sure of who owns what, to give your client the best, and to have options. All right. But I tell people if you are selling for Leadway, if you want to see the documents of any Leadway property, you are free to ask the MD, and she'll be very happy to share them with you. So one of the documents you must ask for before you sell any property is the survey plan. A lot of companies, they have property, they don't have survey plan. They don't have layouts. They don't have survey plan. The estates are not surveyed. And some of them that are surveyed are not even lodged. That is a red flag. All right. So any company that know what they're doing, they should not just have a layout, they should have a survey of the estate and it should be registered. Then again, title is very critical in real estate transactions. And of course, we'll have different kinds of title. Title is the legal backing of a property. We have different titles. We have a escission. We have certificate of occupancy, what we call C of O. We have deeds, different kinds of deeds. We have a gazette. These are all different titles, and each of them has its own weight. We have governor's consent. So C of O is like the number one in terms of rating. C of O is ranked as number one. And the reason is because C of O is certificate of occupancy is a certificate issued by the governor, all right, to let you know that they are aware of your property and they're giving you the full ownership of that property for 99 years. C of O expires after 99 years. That means it has to be renewed. And if you want to do some transactions, you want to do maybe use your property as collateral for banks. One of the criteria is that that property must have a C of O. So automatically, when a property has a C of O, it doubles the value of that property. That means two properties can be in the same location. One has C of O, one does not have C of O. And the one that has C of O can actually sell the double of the one that doesn't have C of O. Okay. So it's one of the strongest land titles in Nigeria. Then we'll have the governor's consent. When you buy a property that already has a C of O, then you should proceed to do governor's consent. Governor's consent is the extra paper you have on the land that already has a C of O that transfers ownership to you in your own name. You cannot have two C of O on the land. And that's why if you're buying the land that already has a C of O, you should proceed to do your governor's consent. So two of them actually, they have almost the same value. They will have also the deed of assignment. This is a legal document that transfers ownership from a seller to a buyer. Okay. And of course, every deed should have details of the location of the land, the root title. If the land has moved from hand to hand, it should be stated completely on the deed. And of course, you should be able to trace how many people that this land has gone through from the deed. And of course, the amount the land was bought is also needed to be stated on the deed. And the beacon number, if the land is surveyed, it also needs to be on the deed. The names of the buyer, the names of the seller, details of their witnesses are to be on the deed. And it must properly signed, stamped, and registered. So if you are buying a property, it's important that you have a deed. A deed is prepared by a lawyer, and it must contain the lawyer's or the barrister's seal to make it authentic and a legal document. So also have a escission. Now there's what we call land reserve government, what we call government acquisition. Sometimes government can decide to release some lands from the previously acquired lands to individuals or to organizations for the sole purpose of development. So when you have a government acquired property that they release to individuals, the document that is given to it is called escission. Okay, and of course, when that escission is published in the Gazette, when it's published in an official bulletin, then you now have another document known as the Gazette. So escission is when it's given to you. Then when it is published in the state bulletin, that automatically qualifies it as a Gazette. And that gives it a stronger proof than ordinary escission document. So if your land has escission, it's also important that you ask for the Gazette. The Gazette authenticates the escission. And of course, we have a freehold, and of course, there are other titles. So basically, in real estate, if you want to really sell and you want to know what you're doing, please, it's important that you ask the developer, this is your land, is it surveyed? It tells you yes. Is the survey registered? It tells you yes. Do you have a layout? It tells you no. There is a little challenge because layout tells you the boundary, the shape, the number of plots, the kinds of plots. We have different kinds of plots in an estate. We have the normal plot, we have the special plots. Then it also shows you the features, the things that will be in the estate. They must be planned into the estate. So any estate that does not have a layout, most of these things will not be defined, and you can actually fall into a lot of problems. Okay. Then again, you ask for the title. If the land has a deed, normally most companies don't usually pay in full. So if you have not finished paying, you might not have a deed. But even if you don't have a deed, you should have a letter of permission from whoever you bought it from to go and develop, to go and start selling. So if you don't have a deed, you should have a letter backing up whatever you are doing on the land. And with that letter, you are sure that communities are aware, those who have sold are aware that you are doing whatever you are doing there. So with all these things, you know, and of course, your search document, you need to actually pick coordinates of the estate, go to Ministry of Land, do a search to ensure that that land is not government acquired. So by the time you do all of these, you are protecting yourself and most likely you would not have issues doing your real estate business. But of course, these things are not expected that you do them yourself, except if you are dealing with a company that don't have reputation, if you're dealing with a company that have incessant record of doing whatever they like. But with our dear, wonderful Leadway, I can assure you that you don't need to do all of this. But if you want to do them for yourself, it's good have a just to have additional conviction. But take it from me, any property Leadway list, you can be rest assured that everything needed to be done is done, and you are selling with peace of mind. So with that, I come to the end of my training, and thank you for connecting. Thank you for learning with us. And before we close, my real estate book, Realtors Playbook, is an all-encompassing book. Funny enough, it's not out yet. Hopefully, in the next 2 weeks, that book should be fully ready and out. I've not decided the amount I'm going to be selling it, but I know it will not be up to 1 million. It will not even be up to 100,000. So start preparing yourself, start gathering your funds, start gathering your money. That book, everything. This is just like one over 15 of what you're going to be getting from that book. Just like 1/15. That book contains a lot of amazing topics. Well, the sales circle, use of AI in real estate, branding, documentations in detail, everything you need to have as a realtor that want to fly high is going to be in that book. It's ready. I'm just waiting for one or two things to be able to publish it. So get your funds ready, and once it's available, I'm sure you will know. The links for you to buy from Amazon will be there. And if you want the hard copy, it will be available for you to also buy and equip yourself. So thank you again. And I want to appreciate Leadway Properties for this opportunity to train. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I hope to do more business with us. Thank you. Are we here?
Yes.
Our moderator, are you still online?
All right, thank you, sir. I'm very grateful, sir. Thank you for everything.
Moderator, I mean, moderator, don't sleep.
Maybe
Okay, let
she's
me just ask.
sleeping.
Let me allow us ask a question. I don't know if you have any question. If you do, please unmute yourself and ask. Any question?